High-quality whiskey, premium brandy, 40 cases of beer, 8 lambs and 200 kilograms of beef. Just some of the things Minister Nomvula Mokonyane allegedly got for Christmas from Bosasa. That's the claim from former Bosasa COO Angelo Agrizzi. He says it was apparently to buy her silence on dodgy deals. Today's revelations follow several days of gripping testimony by Agrizzi at the State Capture Inquiry. Let's get all the juicy details and go live to ENCA anchor Xoli Mgambi in Parktown. Xoli, Nomvula Mokonyane allegedly loves her meat and booze, according to Angelo Agrizzi.
Well, Shahan, as you name those items, it's not a laughing matter because it is a serious issue indeed for the country, and that is the issue of corruption. And as you quite rightly say, the former Bosasa COO, Angelo Agrizzi, saying that Nomvula Mokonyane essentially agreed to take these items as some kind of an exchange for her silence on the corruption allegedly involving Bosasa with government contracts. Let's just take a listen to him on some of the list of items that were named here.
The list of items, which was the same more or less every year, might have changed a little bit here and there, but it was 120 cases of cold drinks, 4 cases of high-quality whiskey, 40 cases of beer, 8 lambs, cut up obviously, 12 cases of frozen chicken, 200 kilograms of beef in various bribe packs, and then numerous cases of premium brandy and some specialty alcohol. I would get a list, as a matter of fact. PA would phone me with that.
Well, we'll come to that in a moment. Where did you get the products from and how were they accounted for?
Well, because at that stage I didn't think anything was wrong. Everything went through the books as normal, as if we were using it for something else.
Who arranged for delivery?
I would arrange initially for the delivery chair.
And after the period during which you say you arranged for it initially?
After the period, there was a lady by the name of Catherine that would do it. And at that stage, we had an executive chef, and he would also oversee it for me as well.
Were further instructions given to you by Gavin Watson after 2002 in relation to Ms. Mokonyane?
Chair, there were numerous requests that were given through the year. These, I would have to contact a personal assistant, and these included organising and paying for funerals in respect of deceased family members. I would have to arrange for a rental vehicle for up to 3 months at a time for her daughter, when her daughter was coming back from China, where she was studying.
Xoli, the Agrizzi also claiming that the minister received a monthly allowance of sorts. Tell us more.
Indeed, Shahan, an amount of 50,000 rand on an ongoing basis was the amount that essentially would not just buy Nomvula Mokonyane's silence, but also perhaps for her, given that they say she was a highly influential individual who had very close ties to President Jacob Zuma. So this would also in turn buy them some kind of political protection. Let's listen in once again.
I was very disappointed that we had spent a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of money had been paid out to Mokonyane with hardly any return in terms of value, in terms of like what happened with some of the other people. And the biggest concern was he indicated that I must be very careful because she has a lot of clout, and that if he did not do what she wanted him to do, we wouldn't have the protection. We needed her support for the protection from the SIU investigation, the Hawks and the NPA. And in this discussion I tried to indicate to Gavin that it serves little or no purpose to continue. I remember it vividly. We spoke about it in the car outside her house. And I said, it's not serving us any purpose, this corruption and the payouts that we're making, because it's just getting us deeper and deeper into trouble, and eventually this is what's going to close down the business. And that's what's going to put 6,000 families at risk. I pleaded with him that we stop being politically based as a company. There's no need to do that. Chair, in the context of getting business, there was no benefit. In the context of stopping the SIU report, there was no benefit whatsoever. It was a waste of time and effort to try and corrupt somebody.
Now, let me put it this way. Am I to understand your evidence to be to the effect that you complained to Mr. Watson on that occasion that you have talked about, that Bosasa had paid a lot of money to Ms. Mokonyane, but Ms. Mokonyane was not giving Bosasa anything?
100% correct, Chair.
All right, Koli, and then Agrizzi revealed the ANC allegedly received cash for its rallies.
Indeed, Shahan, you remember that the ANC constantly has been saying here at this commission that it is not on trial, that the people who would have carried out wrongdoing, this would have been on their individual capacities, and that if there is anything to answer for, the party is certainly not going to take collective responsibility for that. Well, here's another implication of the party in terms of what Mokonyane would request of Bosasa on behalf of party activities. Let's listen in.
There were numerous catering for rallies on instruction. For instance, the election campaign was run from the offices. We had to arrange all of that. And we had to arrange the parties and the conferences at our offices.
Rallies, which rallies are you referring to?
There were numerous rallies. There was rallies where we'd have to cater up to 40,000, 50,000 people.
For whom?
For the ruling party, Chair.
And then you refer to catering?
Before you deal with that, would the rallies be at stadia or would they be in halls more or less most of the time?
These were the Siyangoba rallies.
Or Siyangoba rallies?
Correct.
Which would normally be at stadia?
Normally.
Okay.
Chair, we'd get ridiculous requests in the middle of the night saying that we needed to sort out birthday party cakes, cater for supporters, 10,000 at a time, so we'd have to just do it.
Agrizzi also claiming he did favors for Mokonyane's family members. Give us the details.
Indeed, Shahan, the former Bosasa COO, Angelo Agrizzi, also detailing here that it would appear that Nomvula Mokonyane isn't the only one with an expensive taste in the family, and he details how the daughter made a specific request at one point to Angelo Agrizzi himself about a certain car that she wanted. Let's listen in.
Chair, the daughter would phone me up and request, I remember it vividly, an Audi A3 Cabriolet. I at one stage even called the daughter in because there'd been numerous accidents.
Yes.
And problems with the vehicle.
Yes.
And it started getting concerning.
Yes.
So I actually called her in one day and sat her down and said, can I arrange for driver training, special driver training for you, because it was getting embarrassing.
Yes.
So I was personally involved.
Yes. And the catering for ANC rallies, you have just indicated, you have told us about that. Are you able to give me an idea about, if you are able to, how many rallies you can think of where you actually made arrangements? It may be that maybe there are too many, in which case you can say maybe they are more or less a number that you can tell, a reasonable estimate. But if you are not able to, I will understand.
Sorry, Chair, it's too many to remember. I would have to consult with the ex-chef that was there who would know exactly, and I'd have to speak to some people, but I cannot remember how many. It was well over 10 or 12 rallies.
Yes. And would they have been, in terms of the rallies, you said they were Siyangoba rallies. Was it only Siyangoba rallies or also other rallies?
No, Chair, there were various issues. There
Different
were
rallies.
totally different ones, correct.
Yes. All within Gauteng, I assume.
Yes, mostly in Gauteng.
So many claims, so much dodgy details, red faces, no doubt. That's where we'll leave it. Our reporter and anchor, Xoli Mgambi in Parktown.